What's up, Basic Bookiverse? It is I, your inaugural WFC champion. Rich the Riz here, along with, as always, the brains, the creativity behind this podcast, Basement Chair. Bro, how are you this week?
Um, just getting on day by day. Way to bury me here, because this is all my fault, all of this. But look, we do this and it's, yes, fine. Partial responsibility is mine, 50-50. Congratulations on doing what I do would be you. You would be the first ever WFC champion, and nobody signifies WFC more than you.
You know, to paraphrase Dolph Ziggler, it should have been you.
I mean, look, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not by firing squad. But anyway, here we are to talk to you guys, Rich Deriz. And I am happy to be here on your introduction. Yes, I am the current still champion. Backlash happened. And but we don't have time to talk about backlash just yet because Rich Deriz has important things that he needed here to put out there to the people. I don't know if it's important. Actually, he didn't even say that, so that's my fault. He said he has some NRB.
I
The
do.
B stands for what you think it means.
That is correct.
So
News,
yeah,
rumors, and BS. Now, it's been a while. We don't do this often anymore. If you're an OG like Manny, you know we used to do this all the time. But a headline caught my eye today, and I said, "Really?" So I dug a little, and it's true. As of midnight today, so right now, currently, Becky Lynch is a free agent. Now, of course, she's going to resign. She's taking some time off. They're in the middle of negotiating. It's happening. I personally don't think she's going anywhere. I mean, if she does, I don't think she's gonna actually go anywhere. I think she's just gonna take time away from wrestling, which heal the body, heal the mind, heal the soul, spend time with the kids, spend time with Seth. Do what you got to do. I get it. Did you expect to hear that today?
uh, no, because I just thought that they're just a bunch of liars. I could be that, like I said earlier today, not to you, to someone else. I said, look, there she's not resigned. It could mean she's, like you said, just I think she's just taking a break,
Hmm.
or maybe she's just let's see how they do. And when they beg for the man to drive up the Brinks truck,
Hmm.
it could be that. It could be she's trying to get herself a Brock Lesnar deal, like a
Yep.
Roman Reigns, like maybe be a mom, keep current on that stuff and spending time with her family. And then, when it's time, they pick up the phone and here she is. I don't know if she is that person, if she's that kind of person, if that's what she's doing. I don't know, but it's something that I would do if I were in her position. If I have like all these things, but at the same time, you got these neckbeards over at the IWC complaining
Hmm.
anytime she gets around gold. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? All she was doing was answering the call. Like I don't even know if this is any effect, uh, like on it or anything like that, but people read stuff. It's like, oh, so I guess they don't appreciate me. Maybe I should, spend more time with people who do appreciate me. I got money. My husband still works there. He's gonna have money.
Hmm.
He's not going anywhere. This is not, I got time to do things,
Right.
and we'll see
Regarding
how they feel without me here.
Yeah, regarding neckbeards like complaining anytime she gets around the gold. I'm sorry. What's her name? Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, well, I'm a Becky Lynch mark. It's everybody knows that Vince McMahon was high on Charlotte Flair, and that's why she got what she got. And it's
Hmm.
not just that. I mean, she's genuinely a good a good person to just like you rely on, like a reliable performer that's got reliable heat and its name recognition and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen.
Yeah. And to your point about her potentially waiting for the Brock Lesnar like deal where they just back up the truck and she comes, works a couple shows, and takes more time off. You know what? Honestly, I think she's had the kind of career that she can do that now.
Well, yeah, she made a vet at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
And like, like they say, if how am I supposed to miss you if you don't go away?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I already, I didn't think she had to go anywhere. I was fine with the way things were.
Hmm.
But hey, you live hard, you got your queen, and now see if she can carry anything.
Yep.
Because, quite frankly, she makes me sick. And not in a way that's, visceral, but in a way that it's like, look, I know what you're doing. I saw you. You're a harlot. I saw you talking to JD McDonough. Okay, I don't trust him either. He's a liar. He's a lying, big-headed fool.
Hmm.
Dominic Mysterio is and he'll always be a piece of crap.
Hmm.
I don't know what these idiots see in him. I don't know what it is. No disrespect to Rhea Ripley. We all make bad decisions in life.
Yeah.
Um, kayfabe, brother. But
Right.
that's neither here nor there.
Hmm.
So,
All right. And just kind of going along with the theme of free agents, another current free agent is Scripps, formerly known as Reggie. He has already, apparently, according to Fightful Select, been in talks with at least one other televised wrestling company. So probably AEW, and I think he'd be a good fit there, to be honest.
and it's not just that.
Mm.
Also, one half of the one that's not Josh Briggs
Hmm.
is now was it Jensen? That's
Brooks
his name.
Jensen.
Brooks Jensen is now he's also a free agent. They're lining up around the block, trying to get in there. The hottest free agent next to Reggie, of course, is Jensen there.
I
So,
think I read that the Brooks Jensen thing is a work because
oh,
he
okay.
showed up at an NXT live event. He sat in a seat that someone else was previously occupying, and he had a sign that said, "Brett would book this better."
All right, so I got worked. That's what happens when you really like wrestling a lot. Sometimes
Mhm.
you're gonna get worked, and there it is. I got worked.
It happens. It happens, brother.
That's right. Did it was that all of it? I mean, that was a pretty big news item to
Yeah,
start off with Becky Lynch not being with us, at least maybe as far as we know.
yeah. Listen,
So
one way or the other, Becky. Best of luck in your future endeavors. We loved having you, and whatever you go, whatever you do, whatever you attempt, best of luck. We're gonna miss you till you're back.
yeah, we are. We know what it's like. We know. We understand. We know you guys all watch. We all know that you're closeted Basement Bookers fans. We understand that. So I hope nobody took anything personally, Liv Morgan. And it's okay if you're in the closet. It's fine.
Hmm.
But it wouldn't hurt you to hit that subscribe button. But anyway, I'll take a like, anything really. I'll hearts for comments. Everybody gets one basement dollar, not real money. You can't do anything with it. There's no cash value, but it's yours. Just for watching, you just had some, so never changes, even with inflation.
Right,
So
and I promise you, we are absolutely keeping track of all the basement dollars.
yeah, every last one. Just like the Federal Reserve, we're just as qualified.
Mm,
So yeah,
mm.
um, we don't go around just printing money, printing basement dollars all willy nilly. Okay, it's backed by central basement bookers non-currency.
Right.
Now, what is backed by actual currency? Let's talk, of course, about the King and Queen of the Ring event coming out of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the crown jewel, the Mecca, and all these things that they were saying every time they talk about Saudi Arabia when they're there, how great it is. We get it. It's nice. It looks amazing, actually. Our first match was the pre-show match. Yes, that's right. Stars can be on the pre-show, so don't ever be ashamed because just because you're on a pre-show, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair show that you are still a star because they are stars. And of course, this went where it was going to go. There really wasn't any debate on this. There was a moment where a, uh, Jade Cargill was going to do a kip up and this was between a pinning predicament,
Mhm.
and Bianca just like "Nyeh," just shoved her just to get
Mhm.
the pin right away, keeping track of what's going on over there.
It's my
So
time.
that was interesting. I don't think it was anything like that, but if it does come back, I wouldn't be too shocked. We'll also talk about something else that probably should have come back, but really didn't.
Mhm.
I could have sworn that something was worked out. Maybe it's going to be somewhere down the road, but we'll talk about that. So I have this out of order.
Mhm.
The first match was not Randy Orton versus Gunter. I believe it was the women's championship match was the first match. Is that right? Or did I get
Yes, it
that?
was the
Okay.
first match on the show proper.
And that's right. This was the first of, well, actually, I think the only disappointment I had for the show, on the only one we got wrong,
Mm,
I believe,
yeah.
um, is Liv Morgan, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan's a champion, with assistance from Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who swore that Liv Morgan would not leave as champion, but she did.
Right.
Um, what are we thinking about this decision? Right decision, wrong decision? I think I buried the lead on how I feel about it anyway. So it's your turn, really.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I feel like I should have seen this one coming. They were sort of teasing it the whole time. The Liv Dominic thing, interesting dynamic. Like, why would Rhea, like, obviously when Rhea comes back, she's gonna want to get her hands on Liv Morgan. I guess she didn't want Liv to have the title, so she'd get her hands on Liv Morgan and then fight for the title separately. But I feel like this way, with Liv as champ, it's one feud to get both things that she wants, as opposed to two. So I'm still not sure why Liv didn't was really had why Rhea rather was really so invested in Liv not leaving as champ.
Uh, yeah, I think I feel like it's a part of the plan.
Hmm.
Unless, it's just going to be, well, Becky didn't listen. I wanted to help her win.
Hmm.
I wasn't trying to, but like he had to know that she wasn't going to take any assistance to him.
Right.
So it's not, so even on Monday after the rematch,
Hmm.
uh, there was a kiss. And you could argue that she kissed him, but he didn't do anything to stop her.
To be honest, I don't know if my Raw cut out early.
Everybody's did.
Okay, I didn't
It
get
was
that. Okay.
online. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. Interesting choice for them to.
I don't think it was on purpose. I
Uh,
think it was just time. Because like
okay.
you're supposed to, they have like a certain amount of time they can be on, I believe.
Mm,
Or they made a mistake and cut before they were supposed to.
okay. Well, either way, it got them the WWE.com exclusive, the YouTube hits, the X hits, the Gram, wherever they posted that on all the socials. Um, Interesting twist. You got. I mean, I guess we're certainly going to find out more on Monday, but is it a plan by Liv to get on to keep under Rhea's skin to so that, like, when she comes back, she doesn't know if she could trust Dom or not?
Well, yeah, of course.
Mhm.
I mean, outside of them just straight up, lying and her to really try to take everything away. I mean,
Mhm.
she says she want to take everything. Isn't he a
Mhm.
thing? Uh,
He's a thing.
I
Mhm.
think that's all a part of the plan. And like I said, I mean, he didn't do, he's not helping himself.
Right.
So we got to wait till to see what Priest is going to say about it
Mhm.
because he's like a brother to Rhea. So it's going to be an issue.
Mhm.
And this is a just another in a line of failures from the Judgment Day as a collective unit,
Right.
especially with the shenanigans with Carlito and that thing over there and Rey Mysterio and all
Mhm.
that. Now they're in that, and I don't think Priest asked to be involved in that really.
Right.
It's just another thing to mess with Judgment Day, making it Judgment Day business.
Right. Plus
So
McDonough and Strowman.
yeah, McDonough and Strowman. McDonough saying he was being chased by Strowman all the time, but he had time to talk to Liv Morgan to say whatever he said. Oh,
Mhm.
Judgment Day is going to get you. I don't. That
Mhm.
didn't look to me like that kind of conversation.
Mhm.
And Finn Balor, there's I don't know, like if they're just messing with me and I'm getting work, but there was a point like at one thing he got out of Liv's car, like he was in her car. It was like one of those like shots with people coming in and
Mm.
Liv's car was there. You know it because she came from walking over there. And
Mhm.
earlier, Finn Balor, we don't know if he was in the car with her. He was coming from that direction.
Hmm.
Like, why film that?
Man, I missed that. But good eyes, bro.
Something's going on here.
Yeah.
With the
I
Judgment Day, and Priest isn't helping with the way he's acting with them.
yeah, they're doing all the intricacies that they were doing with the bloodline and everything. And they kind of transferred that attention to the Judgment Day, and I like it.
Yep. Um,
There has to be like a lead main primary faction as a focal point. Obviously, with Roman out, Bloodline is still important. It doesn't have, I would say, like the level of interest, the stature that it had with Roman, but interest is still there. Judgment Day, you got the champ in Damian Priest. So there's a lot of eyes. I like it. I like it.
all right. Well, let's head on over to the next match on the card there. Was that the women's
Nope. Triple threat.
Kingdom?
I
All
see.
right, all right. So this match here, this is Sami Zayn successfully defended his championship, even with Otis at ringside,
Hmm.
which proved to be, not as detrimental as we thought to Sami Zayn.
Right. A little bit of a miscue. Accidental lariat to Master Gable.
Well deserved.
Hmm.
Gable also somebody rumor whose contract is up and has not been re-signed just yet.
Oh.
We don't know yet what's going on with him either.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting that they're just letting things just run through. I guess like do you just to see like who wants to stay of their own accord or what. I don't know what's happening, but
Could be
I
people.
think
Could,
Gable.
yeah. It could be the talent deciding to hold out a little bit to see what other offers they get, or it could be simply that Vince was more on top of that, and for Triple H, it's a bit less of a focus.
I I guess. Seeing as I don't know anything, I will guess. And yes, correct, sure.
Mm.
So we saw that the follow through is more abuse on Monday. And yes, this is whole like basically Sammy's trying to get through to Otis because like he sees Otis like he sees himself
Mm-hmm.
from back in the day in the bloodline, but it's a little bit worse. Like he just gets dogged out
Mm-hmm.
on a daily basis, weekly basis. We don't know. We don't know if he's texting him. It's like you fat piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. Get to the gym. I don't know. Shit like that. That sounds
Mm-hmm.
like heel Chad Gable. Why is it
Mm-hmm.
all the little people have to act like dickheads like that? What's wrong with Chad
Hey,
Gable?
I resemble that remark. I'm not a dickhead.
Aren't you taller than Chad Gable?
It's in all honesty, no.
All right. Well,
Gable's taller than Ray, and Ray is taller than me.
I forgot. For some reason, I thought you were taller, but I digress.
Thank you for that, though.
Yeah, I don't know how Otis can call himself a man and let Chad Gable talk to his woman kayfabe like that. Like that doesn't last I checked, they were an item storyline
I
wise,
forgot about that.
and he just lets him verbally abuse her.
In my head, I'm like, man, like Otis kayfabe was like kicking it with Mandy,
Well,
and now this.
he pulls, dog. Like
Yes, he does.
women, storyline wise, love giant men.
I think it's the caterpillar. I think he's got the
That's
caterpillar, The big
He
caterpillar energy.
look, he showed her the caterpillar. But that's neither here nor there. The next match here, I believe, is this the women's King and Queen of the Ring
That is
final?
correct. Queen
Uh,
of the Ring.
we seen. By the way, I'm sorry, Nia Jax. I'm sorry, Lyra. Look, I made this. It was short notice. The match wasn't really made official. There was no actual graphic because we didn't know at the time.
Right.
But now we have a new queen. It really was pretty predictable. We called it out there. Look, Nia Jax is no Jordan Grace, but that match was a Nia Jax special in that, like, I always wondered, why do women do that? Why, when they have Nia Jax up there and they go for that power bomb thing? And I realize it that they underestimate her intelligence because, as far as I know, she's never done that before, or I
I,
don't remember.
I haven't seen her do that before.
Just to
I
be like, all right, I'm not moving. If I'm moving, I'm coming down.
Yeah.
And she did.
To be honest, I like that finish. It was
That
smart.
was the really great finish. That's the
Yeah.
best finish you're going to get from her. And why not? Why
Right.
wouldn't you just do that?
hmm
It doesn't make any sense not to.
It
It looks,
showed. Yeah, it showed the brains on the spot thinking of Nia Jax and ignoring like previous experience, the greenness, if you will, of Lyra Valkyria, thinking she could try that. Maybe thinking, oh, Nia doesn't have a counter for this.
well, now who's the idiot? Her counter is her base. And
hmm
she Yokozuna that bitch. Like I'm saying, just do that. Like, why wouldn't you always do that? Just
Yeah.
like, I guess that, that is the annihilator.
You
Like,
just
they're
gotta pull.
helping you.
All she should have done is, pull an Owen Hart, kick her leg out of her leg.
I don't know who came up with that move for her, but it's good. I don't know why they didn't like Bloodline. Like, come on, why not do Yoko's in a finisher?
For real.
Uh,
Bonsai.
yeah, just made it her own.
hmm
So moving forward, here. Look, we're sorry, Randy, but as uncomfortable as it was to watch, I'm just trying to. There we go. It was indeed very well done. It was, I would say, one of the best matches outside of the finish. Look, even a layman knows both shoulders must be touching the mat. Now, I
hmm
might be hallucinating, but I thought there was going to be a rematch. I could have sworn I seen something that they were going to address this, but apparently the referee's word is final because it wasn't that there was like an inch of space. Like his shoulder was up as if he was, and every time like you do that in wrestling, the pin breaks.
Right. So I don't know if that was a ref botch or a Brandy or a Gunter botch.
But it's been addressed.
Yeah.
It's been addressed by everybody.
hmm
So what are we doing? I guess waiting for Randy to come back. He all right. He wasn't on Friday, so maybe he'll come back and be like, "Hey, listen, the fuck,"
Yeah. Like even if they don't like obviously change who
They won't.
won like if they don't change who is the king of the ring, but maybe if Randy beats Gunter in a rematch, Randy will be next in line after SummerSlam to get a shot at the champ.
I think the best thing to do, this is
hmm
controversial, is have the rematch,
hmm
and Gunther still wins. So you get the match,
hmm
you get the stakes. It's like, oh, maybe can Randy get the win back? Can Randy get the win back? That'll be the whole thing. And no, he
hmm
doesn't get the win back because Gunter is it's not a fluke.
hmm
He would have, you know what I mean? And maybe Randy will have some things to think about, after that happens to him again, more
Yeah,
decisively.
I like it.
They might even, like, I'd make it a squash even. Like, you could make it where it's like Randy just tried his hardest, but this guy, who's 3-0 against Sheamus.
Mm,
Sheamus doesn't want that smoke ever again.
mhm.
He said as much. So could be something interesting to do with that
Definitely.
character stuff, I guess.
Character.
So yeah, Gunter's the king. There was the most. Please don't put Damian Priest in a promo battle with heels. Don't put him in a promo battle with Gunter. I guess I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was not good. Like it was your arms are too short to box with God, my man. Like you did not belong in there with him. Like your case was shit. Like
Mhm.
what you said about the briefcase and how it works, 100%. You know, Damian Priest fan here, but that didn't work too good. There was a lot of my man and stuff like that. And what are you really saying here, dude? Like what's being said here? You know?
Mhm. I mean, it's kind of tough to be a face if that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's just trying to be not a heel.
Yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't say it was that. Like he was stating facts. He wasn't
Mhm.
trying to, he was saying, look, that's the briefcase. That's how it works. You could say this and that about how I got it. It's just the way it just didn't sound too good. It was
Mm.
not great for him,
Right.
is all.
Agreed.
So let's go here to the main event. Um, I learned something today, and well, I learned it. We learned that before with that. Logan Paul and his brother have the only pairs of brass knuckles in the whole world. Because Logan gave his to Michael Cole,
Mhm.
and then all we found out on Friday, he had his brothers in his pocket.
Right.
So those must be the ones that he used or attempted to. Well, he did use them in Saudi Arabia. It didn't help him.
Right.
Let's take that down here. Uh, Look, what happened was what was supposed to happen. Cody won. Were there times in which I thought Logan Paul was going to be the WWE champion? No, never. What it was to his bring his star out there because he's famous
Mhm.
and let him go toe to toe with Cody. They didn't have anybody at the time. Maybe they didn't think AJ Styles versus Cody was the match for King and Queen of the Ring after they already did Backlash France.
Mhm.
But we have another problem, and is that Mark Henry, AJ Styles was going to retire, and we all knew, like everybody with a brain in their head and could rub two sticks together. I don't know
Mhm.
why you're doing that, but whatever. Make a fire. You know, I don't know what I was going with that. Any idiot, any me, any you, we
Mhm.
could have known what was going to happen.
Mhm.
Like the only thing he didn't do was have a salmon colored suit on because that would have just given the whole game away for the rest of the people.
Yup.
And we're doing Cody versus AJ again. Apparently, and I would love it if Nick Aldis still didn't give him the match. Like, no, he's still not getting the match. Because
Mhm.
like all he did was lie, like the biggest drama queen Karen stuff he could do.
Mhm.
And now he's gonna get the match because Cody's an idiot. Not Cody's an idiot. He's a hero. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna fight anybody who wants to fight him.
Right. That's the thing. It wasn't about getting Aldis to agree to the match. It was about getting Cody to want the match so badly that he demands that he uses his clout as champion to tell Aldis he wants this match because he needs to beat AJ Styles one more time.
All right. Now I got a question. I might have missed it. This is me just trying to ask a general question.
Hmm.
Did AJ Styles ever ask Cody for a rematch?
No,
Man to man.
nope, not
So
that I saw.
he could so Cody even said that he texted AJ after the match and asked him if he was good.
Hmm.
And he said he was, little bro.
Right.
So you're telling me you couldn't ask for a rematch? This is what Cody's going to say. Cody's argument's going to be that you could have just asked me man to man and I would have given it to you.
Oh yeah, Cody's gonna say that next week.
It's got to be. I don't see no other way that could possibly happen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, I mean, unless AJ's like, well, let's ask The Rock how you feel about man to man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I don't know. We'll see. But it looks to be AJ Styles versus Cody again at maybe Clash at the Castle.
Mhm.
Clash at the Castle. I messed up off the King and Queen of the Ring. We didn't discuss what the fallout from that is. Nia Jax, she's called out Bailey, and she was attacked by her opponent. We don't know why
Mhm.
she's her opponent outside of the fact that it's in Glasgow.
Mhm.
So it's going to be Piper Niven versus Bailey. And whoever wins that, they have a match at SummerSlam against Nia Jax. Bailey does.
Mhm.
So even
Much
before
like
that, there's still
I.
money in the bank.
Mhm. I think much like Cody did for Logan, Bailey is going to make Piper look really good.
I mean, that's not difficult. I'm a fan of Bailey. Now that
Mhm.
Becky's taking a break, I might have to go to my side piece. I mean, not my side piece. You know,
Mhm.
my my side heroine,
Mhm.
Bailey. There. No pun intended. Or pun intended. I'm sorry. I don't understand words anymore. Anyway, I'll leave that in because I'm just a regular man. You know,
I'm retarded.
that too.
Who's
So
normal men?
we're just regular men. Oh, I got to put that in here. I got to put that in there. All right, I will next time.
Mhm.
Um, so, Rich Perez,
Yeah.
let's talk about NXT because that is the title of the episode, and of course, after that, we will discuss a new match for the long-awaited Money or Nothing, and then we'll talk Double or Nothing. So, before that,
Mm.
NXT, Rich, how'd you feel? Uh, the big move in the big wrestler in the room. Um, Jordan Grace is the
Mhm.
surprise challenger to Roxanne Perez's championship. Now, also, I don't know if you've heard this, but I think at TNA's next thing that there might be a challenger for Jordan's Grace's championship
Mm.
from the E.
Is it going to be Roxy?
We don't know. I mean,
Mm.
that would be interesting, a rematch, but they're working together. It looks like TNA and WWE was it last year or the year before that? Weren't they working with AEW?
Yeah. TNA was
And that,
couple years ago.
right. So now they're working with the big dogs.
So you
Ever
know what
since the
this feels
Rumble.
like?
Yeah.
You know what this feels like to me?
Nick Aldis and Mickey James talking to people.
Well, certainly, but like as far as parallels, this reminds me a lot of when Vince was helping out ECW, and then the ECW guys came on Raw. They invaded. They did the storyline, Kane
Yeah.
and everything. So, I mean, I wonder if this is sort of a tease of talent to see who's interested, who the fans are interested in, who the WWE fans know of from TNA, so that if and when the eventual buyout happens, they know like who they want, who's going to be the Booker T's, and who's going to be the Sean Stasiaks.
Wow.
All respect to Sean Stasiak.
You think it's
I
going
felt he
that
was wasted
far?
in the E, but yeah.
Well, look, I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there. I feel like right now it's like a mutually beneficial like partnership
Hmm.
um kind of thing. And I'm really paying attention to it, especially with the fact that well, he's more like he's wrestling wherever he wants, but isn't it like Ali their X division champion or something?
That's a good question.
I think Mustafa Ali, he's a TNA guy, but he's wrestling all over the world. So who knows if he's just like a free agent and stuff like that. So it's good if I knew that before we came here, but I didn't think we were gonna mention him. But he's a man. He's a man with no ego.
Current champion is this really? Is this it? Wait, no, 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 no. Okay. Yeah, Mustafa Ali.
Okay,
Since
so
February 23rd. Wow.
he could
Nice.
come back. We could have a little Mustafa Ali's revenge.
Mm.
How about that? I'm more interested in that instead of a live revenge tour. That to me, that puts butts in seats.
Say
Wow.
Ali does a really, really good job in his promos that he produces himself and writes himself. I should specify that of tying stuff together, making everything have a reason.
That's right. So on Jordan Grace, we're good, right? That's a good thing, right? We love that, right? That's a great thing.
Uh Asterisk, but like just don't bury her. I feel like putting Roxy over Jordan Grace, unless there's some outside interference or something. I mean, maybe if someone from TNA will interfere so that Jordan doesn't win the title. Like,
Right.
unless something like that happens, I think putting Roxy over Jordan Grace is kind of burying her.
Is it burying her? How about this?
Hmm.
How about Jordan Grace wins the belt? How about Jordan Grace wins the belt
Hmm.
and the rematch is on their show?
Okay.
Because then it's like, holy shit. She gets the holy shit because she beat the NXT champion
Hmm.
on their show.
Yeah. I don't. I honestly, even now, don't think WWE would do that.
That's why I think they should do it because everyone thinks
They
that
wouldn't.
that's not a possibility, that they wouldn't do that they wouldn't go that far. At least that's what I think.
There's towing the line of like believability because Jordan Grace is damn believable versus from a business sense, should you put the other champion over? There's it's a tough balance. I feel like the fans they're gonna get blowback either way.
Yeah.
Whatever it is they decide to do, there's gonna be backlash from the fans. Some fans are gonna not like it. Some fans are gonna like it. Some fans, I think, like us, we're along for the ride. Let's enjoy it. Collaboration is great. It gets more people exposed to Jordan Grace that wouldn't have been otherwise.
Yeah, personally, I think because Roxanne's a heel
Mhm.
and unlikable, that helps. You know what I mean? If she was a face
Mhm.
going out there, like she might need to be humbled. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like saying that she's beating everybody, like this challenge, because she's built different. Like even if you compare her to everybody else on a TV show, you compare Jordan Grace to all those women there.
Mhm.
None of them are on her strength power scale.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, like, I don't think there's any shame if Roxanne loses and she gets a dose of reality after her going around slapping people,
Mhm.
thinking she's the biggest. You got to learn that there's going to always be somebody bigger than you, better than
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. And not for nothing. Like one way or the other. I would love to see Jordan Grace mix it up with like Bianca and Jade and Nia Jax because they're like strength and power. That's the level she's at, and we know
That
that.
yeah, we do.
Mhm.
We do. We certainly do. It's terrific. Let's move on. Uh, I mentioned ego. We got a man here with all the ego. He
Mhm.
stole all the ego. There's no ego anywhere. He is the new guy. All ego Ethan Page. He is in NXT,
Mhm.
as far as we know. And it looks like he whooped that trick, apparently.
Yup.
Um, Rich, I know that you are a fan of Sexy Red. I didn't mean to not talk about that first. I know that's like a big thing
Mhm.
where you're from. Um, What'd you think about that? Was that as cringe as you thought it would be? Or it was like, she's just out there, she's having a good time?
Like,
using her talents. I don't know why her and Lola Vice didn't have like a torque off, but whatever. I guess it's because Lola Vice is a heel, and we're not allowed to have nice things.
right. Now, my only thing, yes, huge fan of Sexy Red. That hit song that I don't even have to name is, it's lit. It's absolutely lit.
Oh my
Uh,
God, it's peak fire.
right. The one thing though, like she comes out, she's doing her twerking, and like obviously there's a whole bunch of space in between them, but from the perspective of the
The
camera,
cheeks? Oh, yeah. Sorry, the camera. Okay,
right,
yeah.
from the perspective of the camera, it absolutely looked like she was shaking her ass directly at that one kid in the front row that had the big headphones on. Directly at him. Like you, I know you can't hear, but you can see.
N-
Uh,
it could
that
have been,
that little boy's life has been changed.
forever, honestly, and we don't know if the clapping could have came through, like the cheeks just clapping, could have sent like almost like a dog whistle
Like
kind of
yeah,
thing through
yeah,
the headphones, and
like
he's like,
Havoc or Banshee screaming.
it's like, whoa, somehow those cheeks got in there,
Mm-hmm.
clapping cheeks, and and of course, as a young person, he thought it was just more clapping, like he was
Mm-hmm.
able to hear the crowd more in his headphones at a decent volume without like it driving him, too loud or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
sensory issues. But yeah,
Yep.
good on her. You know what? You made Sexy Red a humanitarian and a
Mm-hmm.
hero. Honestly,
Inclusivity.
that's what's up. So any other notes there for NXT that you had? Would you take copious amounts of notes, more than me? I just
So
watch.
yeah, so we got Jordan Grace, and we got Jordan Grace in a TV match next week, also. By the
That's
way,
right. That's right. Shit, how
um,
could I forget?
right.
You got to see
Uh,
what she's about.
yeah, I don't remember offhand who. Oh, against Stevie Turner, who fan, right? I liked the gimmick. I don't know if she's still doing that, um, like streamer gimmick, but cool. I dig it. Um,
Does she also have an OnlyFans, or it's just a gimmick? So she doesn't. She's just not living the
well,
gimmick, because
you know what?
they all do that.
For research, I will. For research purposes, I will look into that as soon as we are done here. I promise you that.
Okay.
Um, we got Ethan Page coming in, right? And I'm gonna say this. It's been a while since I watched NXT, and all due respect to all the performers, right? Bringing in two people can save a show. Tony Khan, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't think NXT needs saving like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not money, as far as we know, being lost through NXT or something. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it like it's developmental, kinda, but it
It
doesn't
is.
feel like it's developmental? AEW is not developmental. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be,
Yeah.
like,
If they're claiming to be on the tier of WWE's main rosters, Raw and SmackDown, they should deliver more. NXT, I get it. I do. But from a fan's perspective, it's it's a little hard to watch.
yeah, it's not perfect. It's in this phase where it's like, who's your guys?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Like
Who's
you're mining, right? You pluck a rock out, you're like, "There's a gem in here." Alright, cool. So you get it back to the lab and you polish it a little bit. You get shake some of the dust off. What do you get? You get NXT. Still a rock, but you see some sheen underneath. You dust it off more, polish off a little more, maybe then you get AEW. And then
yeah,
finally it's all done. It's about to be mounted into a ring, put on a store shelf. Then you got your Raw and SmackDown.
that's right, Rich Deriz. And now we have to. You did a perfect segue. Let's talk about Money or Nothing. I mean, Double or Nothing. But first, for Money or Nothing, a
Mm,
new match has been announced. We're still ironing out the details. It will be Tony Khan in his first ever wrestling match. It will be Tony Khan versus Jungle Boy in a crepe roll up match. Now, in order to win the crepe roll up match, on the aisle way will be a giant crepe opened from one end to the other. In order to win, you must roll your opponent up real tight. You can, once they're rolled up real tight, whatever you want to do with the crepe, that's up to you. You've won the match. So you're allowed to do what needs to be done. So good luck, everybody.
I,
Uh,
I,
we'll
I I'm imagining Luchasaurus. I know he's like kill switch now, but let's Luchasaurus for just for the gimmick here. Then taking the loser that's rolled up in the crepe, dipping it in like a peach jam, and taking a big bite out of it.
listen. Like I said, that's on the table. No expenses paid, seeing as there are none. Money or nothing. We will not get in contact with either participant and hopefully not get something going. This is going to happen or not. You can't hold us to that. So let's go and talk about Double or Nothing. We're going by how I had the cards originally. It doesn't matter to me when matches were, but I will say this about AEW shows before we continue. And this is my issue, and I think I've said it to you more eloquently or not eloquently in the messenger, that AEW builds their shows based on the wrestling that happens that night.
Mm-hmm.
They're not interested really so much in log storm like stories that make sense. Sometimes things just disappear. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But sometimes things keep going. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
this Orange Cassidy, best friends, not best friends, by the way, undisputed. They're no there's this is it. This we are still the longest reigning as far as I know. And timeless Tony Storm, you have that, but there's like outside of watching the matches, that were like crazy banana sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
The what's next is like, oh, whatever, man. Whatever we figure out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we Moxley, I really thought Takeshita could win this. I think. I don't remember. WFC champion Rich Torres. What do you what's your take here?
We both had Takeshita here.
I
W-
We're
We
both
thought that,
incorrect.
yeah, we thought they were gonna set up a future title match for Takeshita, but I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, look, Takeshita fought his heart out. He's still a bad guy, and he lost. Look, I don't know what to say about that. Moxley's still bald, and that's good because you have to let go. Good job, Moxley. You know, and that's something that needs to be talked about. I don't think a lot of men really discuss this with each other. Is something that we discuss with each other,
Mm-hmm.
Rich Derez. And I'm saying this as someone who cares, and that is there's gonna come a point in your life where you're just hanging on, and it's sad. It's so sad. Like the best thing you can do. And I know you guys forget that Rich the Riz is the Riz's baldest man for a reason. Okay, Rich opened the show, so he couldn't call himself that. Okay,
Right.
but I know things are. I've shaved my head before. It's not bad. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
still have enough where I don't have to go that route. It's like using a wheelchair when you can walk. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You should just be walking.
Mm-hmm.
But some of you, it's time to let go. Shave your head because you look ridiculous. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on.
If I may,
Yes.
quote to sort of paraphrase from a sketch that was heard back in the OG basement often enough, You going in saving $12. Just fucking do
You're
it.
saving so much money if you
Yeah.
add it up. If you think about how much money
Mhm.
I've saved because, well, my wife cuts my hair sometimes. Well,
Mhm.
she always cuts my hair.
And she does a
But
very good job.
exactly. But before that, I'll shave my head.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's okay. It's okay to let go.
Mhm.
Okay. And for you guys out there, you know what I mean when I say this. You know what's passable.
Mhm.
Okay. When you're over here trying to reclaim former glories, that's a problem for you. That's not growth. The
Right.
hair is not growing. There's
That is
no
a
growth there. Think about all the growth you're going to get by removing the growth.
yeah.
It's just think you don't need it. It's not
It's
helping you.
it's a border you cannot reclaim.
Look at Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
You think anybody was going to take him serious if he was still trying to keep his hair? He
Stone
would look
Cold
like
Steve
Hulk
Hogan?
Hogan. Yes. You don't want to do that.
Nope, not literally not a good look.
Look, I know you're all mentioning John Cena. All right. That's different. It's in the back. Okay. He still can, he's rich, but we're
Yeah.
not all like that.
Mhm.
All right. Being bald is fucking cool. All right. It doesn't hurt. Anyway, um, next match, this match here, double or nothing. Sorry about the blurriness. It's actually perfectly fine. You're just drunk or something, whoever you are. But sober up. Anyway, Roderick Strongest versus Willie Osprey. Man, is there anything Will Osprey can't do?
No.
Great.
Period.
Look, it went where it was supposed to go, right, Rich Torres?
Absolutely. We are both wrong on this, and that's fine.
That's
Like
fine, man. I mean, look, I
I
just didn't want
I
to,
l- I
win.
love me some
Yeah,
Will Osprey in
yeah,
ring, on the mic. All we gotta do is get him on commentary, and I'm sure he'll be great. And then you know what? Osprey versus Punk. Boom.
dude,
Punk's not banned from TNA yet, right? They can
dude,
do it in TNA.
do it in TNA. Do it in TNA. Why? Why do people not like money? All right, so speaking of money, we have Timeless Tony Storm and Serena Deeb. What a classic from two classics here. Not in the way you think, but two classics in every sense of the word. A classic heel persona and a face who knows a lot.
Hmm.
Rich, what do you make of this? Is good decision here. Tony Storm, he's still your women's champion, my women's champion, our AEW World's Women's Champion of the world.
I love me some Tony Storm. I love this timeless gimmick. Long may she reign.
I can't believe in a company where you have Soraya, okay, who I was a huge fan of. Tony Storm clears, because she's out there, she's doing it. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like Saray is just not there. Like, I see her, she's got segments, but
Hmm.
I guess I thought it would be a different thing. She was women's champion in fucking Wembley, and you would think that that didn't happen, but it did.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to know for a long time unless she speaks about it. But it could be she wanted to get that win in Wembley in front of her family, in her home country, and everything. But otherwise, wanted to wrestle, but also wanted to step back. Didn't want to wrestle like every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. Maybe she only wanted to like have a match like once a month, once every 2 months. Maybe she's looking for that kind of Brian Danielson deal.
Look, this shows proof of anything. I am lazy. I understand, her plight. I guess in like a lower remedial sense of a word. Like if I could just think about it, I go out there, I have a big, huge match, I get the whole entrance thing and the victory thing with the championship and all that stuff.
Hmm.
I only need that to happen to me once in my life, and I'm good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm
Hmm.
good. I'm great. It's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what she wants to do, fine. And if that's fine, I just hope it's not one of those things where it's not what she wants.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That she would rather be wrestling a lot. I just don't want it to be that
Right.
because she was saying that she liked having a boss that listened to her.
Mhm.
So maybe he is, and that's what she wants. Hmm. Well, this was interesting. Malachi Black barbed wire steel cage match against and still, as far as we know, Adam Copeland, who broke his leg.
Ooh.
You know, maybe his tibia or something, but he's hurt. We don't know what's going to happen with the title or anything like that. They teased, it's House of Black is still House of Black,
Mhm.
and who knows what they're going to do with the belt.
Yeah, I'm on his Wikipedia now. Let me see if they say
He
anything
did
about his
like a
injury.
video and everything, so it's not made up. I promise. He's hurt.
Oh, no, I know. I just want to
Okay,
see if it mentions the specific injury.
Adam,
Ah,
Adam. I mean,
fractured. Oh, Copeland suffered a fractured tibia. I'm quoting Wikipedia here, and was stripped of the title on the May 29th episode of Dynamite, ending his second reign at 70
I
days.
should have finished that episode. God damn it. Anyway, you can't
Hmm.
prove it. You can't prove it. All right. So, look, I did start it though.
Hmm.
I did. I was watching some, you know, uh, Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Hmm.
Samoa Joe, and Hook might be teaming up.
I
That to
dig it.
me is fascinating. We discussed wanting something like that. Maybe
Mm.
I don't know. You can't prove it. So let's move on to not best friends. Orange Cassidy, Trent. There. How'd that go? You think? Like I, I don't know. I'm not. Look, I always thought Trent was the more fit of the best friends. That's not saying much.
Hmm.
Chuck Taylor did look like me, and I'll miss him greatly. Um, but look, now we're back to my argument here.
Hmm.
Trent's passing. That's passing. That you can get away with. Because as you can see, it's like even short around the spot there. It's still down, it's all like lower. If he
Hmm.
had more hair and that was just like, help me, that's a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can
Hmm.
balance all of this out,
Hmm.
surely you can.
You shouldn't see more dirt than grass.
That's the best analogy. Never mind then. Stick to that one. What'd you think of the results of that one, buddy? How did we do there? You think we did all right?
A little surprised that Orange won this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Pinfall.
mean,
I mean, you had Orange. I mean,
I don't know why you would be surprised because like Orange Cassidy is like Tony Khan's favorite wrestler.
I know.
He's his favorite. There's no around that. Much like
Hmm.
you're the favorite Basement Bookers podcast host according to AI. Like it
Really.
is. It's true. It's true.
It's the Riz.
It's got to be that. There's no way. Like I think it knows the lingo. So
Nobody beats the Riz.
the fact that you're saying that is ironic in a way, and I don't know how your younger self feels about that. Maybe you two could hash this out non-violently.
Younger self's mind is a little blown at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's a lot you're gonna have to work out there. Personally, I think you'll be fine. Moving along to Christopher Jericho versus Hook and yeah, Shibata. But we know what happened. Um, Chris Jericho is still the was it for the world champion? I think he's
Yeah.
calling it.
Is that what
It's
he's
the
calling it?
official name, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, dude,
Chris
like
Jericho for the world.
it makes sense. It makes sense. He believes he is the learning tree. And he's there with that tall fella who used to hang out with that other little fella.
That's Big Bill.
Yeah, Big Bill.
Can't teach
Um,
that.
yes, and what you can't teach is the what some call the main event. Uh, Mercedes Monet, who people keep saying this, and even after watching her victory, by the way, she defeated Willow Nightingale.
Hmm.
Poor Willow Nightingale not only lost a championship, but also she doesn't have a friend anymore. She was friends with Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander is not her friend. She's a bad one. And I can't believe it. It's weird though. I thought, maybe I'm wrong, that kayfabe, I thought her and Orange Cassidy were like together, like for real or something. Maybe it's not on TV, but like not so much anymore. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's not my business. None of this is real until it is, and then it isn't
Correct.
again. So Mercedes Monet, I don't know if you watched Dynamite at all, but she did open and still cringe. I mean, she's a little cringe. She in that way she reminds me of Sasha Banks
Hmm.
in that way. But other than that, they don't look anything alike. And she wrestled a match on a Wednesday because
Crazy.
Sky Blue came after her and she
Hmm.
wrestled her on Dynamite the same day. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And then some lady came out. I'm not versed in uh everyone, but I think she's very famous from overseas. Um, do you have that?
This was on Dynamite? Right. So after the match, CMLL champion Stephanie Vacker came out, or Vacour. I am honestly not positive of how to pronounce her name. However, formerly known as Dark Angel. And for anyone that doesn't know, like you, Base Majere, she is a former current actually New Japan Strong Women's Champion, current IWC Women's Champion, current CMLL Women's World Tag Team Champion, current Arena Azteca Budokan International Women's Champion,
Oh wait.
current Arena Mixed Tag Team Champion with Ricky
Oh,
Marvin.
Ricky Marvin.
Ricky Marvin.
Does he know Ricky Martin?
He probably does.
Oh my God,
He's probably a big fan.
probably.
Apologies for I'm not even gonna try to say that. It looks like one of those like Aztec or Inca type names, and those are difficult for my white tongue.
Well, it looks like we're going to have another body for Mercedes Monet, probably,
Hmm.
because she loves herself more than anything.
Feed her more.
Yeah,
Feed her more.
you know what?
Or to
Honestly,
be Moray.
oh shit. Now, now let's move on, guys.
Hmm.
We're gonna talk about this. The Unified World Trios Champions, the Bang Bang Gang. They fought Death Triangle. Um, what do you think about that, buddy? You know,
Bang Bang Gang won. You had them. Are we sure? Not for nothing. All due respect.
did I?
Are we sure that
No,
are we sure that you are not the
I'm.
WFC champion? I think you're the WFC champion, bro.
No, I'm sure that you are
I
because
don't
you
know.
already said you claimed ownership in the beginning of the episode. So really, it doesn't matter what happens here, does it? Like, there's no way, that
I don't know. I
I
mean, you know what? I think I might protest this on your behalf.
no, I don't think you should. It's okay because the referee's decision is final. You said, that you're the champion, and I mean, who am I to decide WFC? Like, who am I? Who am I?
See, you got one, I got one. You got a second, you got a third. There's only one left.
That's right, Rich, and you're the man now. That
One,
you are the guy. It is not
two.
me because you. So let's
Congratulations, Base Jair, new
no
WFC
no
champion.
no no no
You
no
deserve, no one deserves it
no
more than you, brother.
no.
Let me tell you, you had Bang Bang Gang, you had Orange Cassidy, you had Tony Storm.
But I had Christian Cage. But I
I
had Christian Cage.
so Swerve won, then you won 3-2, brother.
All right, let's move on. Thank you, everybody. Fucking great. Fucking great. Fucking shit. Well,
Bro,
next time you. Next
I
time.
you know
Next time, man. Next time you'll get it.
you, it's all you, bro. You deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this.
I deserve this.
You
I deserve this.
deserve
This is fucked up. All right. Anyway, everything's fine. We're all good
this.
here. Uh this one. I don't remember. I think it was this one. Yeah, because
Anarchy in the Arena.
well, it is the same one. Remember, because
Hmm.
remember it was first supposed to be Kingston, but he's not there, right? So they had
Right.
to get this guy instead
Hmm.
because this guy set this guy on fire. Yeah, real glass, real fire. And that is why he's in a crep match with Tony Khan. They
Hmm.
gotta settle these things. Also because Tony Khan did roll down the rampway,
Right.
and he's pretty good at rolling. So
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. What?
I had to keep it PG. I wanted to do something else, but we gotta keep it, PG. All right. So we went with the crep. You can roll him
It,
up
I,
in a crep.
I mean, it's legal in a lot of states.
In a lot of states. And
I
I would have had to fit RVD in somehow, and he's busy. So
could put Liv in there.
yeah, you know what? We'll get her as a special guest ring announcer. And when the match is over, we'll have a Nickelodeon moment, and we'll just douse her in syrup or something, whatever, something sticky. All right. Anyway, you're trying to get in that. You listen. We'll figure out the timekeeper situation
All right,
when the
all right,
time comes.
all right. I'm in. I
Um,
can't wait.
Rich Anarchy in the Arena, was it everything you hoped?
Absolutely. It was all of the things. We had this, we had that, we had the other.
Oh
Is that
my
where we had
God.
fire?
Fire.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
real fire. Wow. Man, I can't even begin to talk about how awesome that match was because you had to see it. And that's not my fault. That's $50 fault. That's Tony Khan's fucking fault. That's all right. Anyway, let's move on to the main event of the evening. By the way, a new car was awarded to Okada.
Her new car.
Yep, by the youngest of Buckaroos.
Mm.
The main event of the evening. I don't care. AEW's champion Swerve Strickland, who, by the way, I heard more about Mercedes Moné than I did about the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland. You put respect on his name.
Right.
He's got a World Championship grill now.
Nice.
He does. Did you see that? Did you
No.
see that? I'll pull it up for for everybody to know that people.
Want me to pause while you're pulling?
Yeah, here we have the Swerve Strickland. As you can see, he's got the grill
Mm.
right there. Look at that.
That's cool.
World champion AEW. That he's gonna show us how it do inside the mouth there. It's very look. Oh, it's got the ice. Oh my God, are those real diamonds?
I don't know, but that's cool.
Do you know what they could do? Like they could do like a crazy angle, man, with somebody snatches his grill out. You know,
Hmm.
like it could be like a brutal thing.
Can see them doing that.
Um, so I have a question. Did you know that Morgan Freeman came back to AEW? Morgan Freeman?
Morgan J. Freeman. I heard
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I heard
MJF
that.
came back. He came back. Something, something WWE. Something I ain't leaving. He got a tattoo on his ankle that he's like all in or whatever. Not exactly, but he's committed.
Mm.
They must have offered him a hefty chunk of change. And I
Mm.
imagine he was probably like, listen, I'll go to you guys, but I want to be a star.
Mhm.
And here he is in AEW where he belongs. Adam Copeland, I mean Adam Copeland. Now, does Adam Cole, the other
Bye-bye.
AC, Does he have problems now? Can he wrestle now, or what's going on here? Is that the reason Wardlow's not on TV because they're going to use him with MJF? Like, I don't even know what's going to happen here.
I don't know. There's a lot of speculation going on. But before we get too far into it, there was another pre-show match acclaimed defeating the Cage of Agony by pinfall.
There's still too many matches. It's too much, man. And I get it.
Mm.
I get it. It works for that. They do their shows for the people in attendance. It's for them. That's why they could care less what storylines you have on TV, because it's about what happens in the moment, in those matches, right then, right there.
Right.
Not a criticism. I'm making it an observation here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if we were the type of people that could go to every show, it would be amazing.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
sitting home, trying to watch all these hours of wrestling,
At
we like
least we can go to the bathroom.
WWE has programmed us for continuity. I know.
Sometimes, yeah.
Right. Right. I know. Like, even they weren't great at it. They've been better at it since Triple H took over.
Yeah, I
But
can't wait for this rabbit thing to lead to nothing. Well, there's no rabbit,
oh
but
howdy.
oh howdy, yeah.
By the way, is Bo Howdy like invading your webcam? Is that what's happening?
That could he wants me to let him in. I can't let him in. Oh my God, this podcast has got to end now because he's gonna come and get me. He's gonna come and get me. I
He's
don't
Bo
want him.
Howdy.
He's
And
gonna
he's coming to get you.
he's coming to get me because of all the shit I said. I was thinking also the other day, like it's kind of messed up that Omos has beaten Tozawa so many times.
Mm.
Like Tozawa brought him into the game. Tozawa. I don't know if you remember this. Maybe you don't, but Tozawa had a giant ninja, and that was Omos.
Oh yeah.
What's wrong with you? You forget where you came from, man.
That was before Omos was like the guardian for Raw Underground.
I don't know. I think so. It could be like this.
The
It's
giant
like
Yeah, the giant
Giant Ninja was
ninja
like,
was during COVID.
yeah. But so wasn't Raw Underground also kind of during COVID?
It's a blur.
Holy shit, it is. We'll do research for next time, maybe. I don't know, but who knows, Rich Torres?
I don't.
That's what you do know is
What I do know is it time for the go home? Is that what's
that's
happening
what I
right
was
now?
that's what I was trying to do because it's
All
been an
right.
hour and I don't
Sweet. Well,
know like what else we could possibly we covered it.
we did it. We
There's
we
also a
got
new
here.
match for Money or Nothing.
Got a new match for Money and Nothing. We have a new WFC champion. Congratulations once again,
I
Basement
still think
Jared,
we
the
need to
rightful,
no,
rightful, rightful,
we need to talk about that maybe off stage or whatever.
undisputed
I mean, you claimed it already. Like you are the
undisputed
well,
WFC. I told you it
no,
should have been you, and
there's
it
a
was you.
dispute here. There is a dispute here, but nonetheless,
None, nonetheless. So, Patreon's down below, socials down below. Let us know who you think should have won the WFC championship. I think it is the former God King champion of the world, Basement Jared
look,
himself.
nobody signifies WFC more than Rich Torres does.
Ah,
Let me just say that.
I truly, truly, truly beg to differ. Let us know what you think. Let
Oh,
us
you
know
goddamn bitch.
what are the matches you want to see for Money or Nothing. Patreon down below. It has all our socials on it, and Jared's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall, and so's your hair. So make it count.
And do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.